Alright guys, this is Hawk bringing you a Star Wars Galaxies Emulator. If you guys don't know what Star Wars Galaxies is, it's an old MMORPG that these guys were able to take, since it's shut down and no longer the same game even when it was still going. They took the game itself and they remade it the way it was before they made all the changes to it. Now this game's pretty old. It's pre-WoW and post-EQ. So actually, this is my first. Actually, it's going to be my second character on here, and this is going to be the first time I'm recording. I'm going to go ahead and make him a Teras Kasi Master. It's pretty cool. This is what he looks like. I think it's. Wait a minute. How do you remove a... I forget what the control is to remove the HUD. Let's go key map here. Let's go UI. And this game is so customizable. If any of you Minecraft players are watching this, just put it this way. This is a sandbox game where you can build cities, and you can't build from blocks, but you can create stuff from an architecture. Or an architect rather. Where the heck is hide UI or whatever the toggle HUD? Control H. Okay. So let's just Control H. There we go. So this is what my guy looks like. Pretty cool. He's a zabric. Got a little mohawk going, and this is the newbie clothes he has. Let's get that back. This is what the inventory looks like. I guess I have help on. We're going to go ahead and use unarmed, so we're not going to even equip our knife. This is the skills here. Now the reason why this is very unique is here's the skill modifiers, and you can see all the skill modifiers that you get just from Brawler. All the skill mods there, the skills that you start with right there, and weapon certifications here. Now you can actually go ahead and customize your character to have anything you want. So let's say I want to be a brawler, and then I go up the unarmed tree because I want Teras Kasi. Teras Kasi, before armor existed in the game, because then eventually armorsmiths became masters, and they can make great armor. But before armorsmiths were in the game, which there are a few already apparently on this server. It's only a few weeks old, but the game's been figured out. So, but you go Teras Kasi for unarmed, and it has great defense without armor, and it has a skill called Meditate and Power Boost. Meditate heals your wounds. Power Boost gives you a small boost in your health. And then Teras Kasi Masters. It's just an outstanding class to have. That you can use just a it's called a vibro knuckler. Think of it like brass knuckles. But let's say I want to go Teras Kasi Master, and it takes up 40 skill points, 150 skill points with Brawler here. And I don't go Master Brawler because I just don't want to go there. It only adds some features to my Teras Kasi. But as you can see, you need unarmed 4 to go Smuggler. And Smuggler requires Marksman and Brawler. Requires some, this is a, one of those high-end classes because it requires both. So Teras Kasi Master, and then I also want to be, let's say I want to be a Master Pistolier, for instance. I can do those both, and it's completely customizable. A Brawler to Teras Kasi Master, and then let's say I want to become an Armorsmith. I can do that. It's an amazing game with so many classes and features, and it's just so many customizations. Of course, like I said, the game's been figured out by this point. It's been around for a long time. So I guess I want to go ahead and load up in a world. We're gonna go Naboo just because Naboo's actually a really easy world. Very little aggro mobs there, and just a big fan of Naboo. Period. It's where I currently have my other character that's actually loaded up right now. How do I pick a city? Okay, there we go. So you know what? Instead of going to the hustle and bustle, well, I think it's a good idea for me to go Theed actually, because my character's right outside of it. So we'll go Theed. See, it's a capital city of Naboo. It's got a huge starport. It's got a medical center where you can go and get healed by either novice medics that need experience, and they get experience by healing you, or you can get they're called buffs. You know, everyone knows buffs from master doctors. They give you 2-hour or 3-hour buffs depending on how good it is, how good the buff is. So we're gonna go ahead and just pick up some missions right away because I want to show you guys what combat looks like. It's a little cluttered. I have names on and everything actually. Let me see if I can remove names on everything. There is a command to remove that. Let's see. I know that there is toggle object names N. Okay. It's not really working. I guess it's because in my options, let's see, interface. Let's get rid of that. I like that. Always show names on object icons. That's probably one of the big ones there. Now this is a custom interface. You could change the colors. I like this one. I've also changed it so I can see my combat. I've highlighted my name under chat color. You can highlight so it's easier to see your name. Combat is here. Waypoints on the planetary map. You can create custom waypoints and you'll see how that works. But let's go back to we could get rid of profanity filter. I don't need that. I don't actually see. Oh, there we go. Show all object names. So we'll leave player names. We'll leave NPC names off. We don't want signs. That's okay. Oh, there goes something. Oh, look at that guy. Yeah, he's a Teras Kasi Master right there. Look. So that's a class we're going. This guy's awesome. So he's a Teras Kasi Master. He was doing spit and roll, which is unarmed 3. That's the max attack. And it's awesome, right? You know, I could check him out right here. Look at this guy. This guy's awesome. He's a Wookiee with some Wookiee armor on and all these badges. He's gone to a ton of places and done a few things here. Pretty cool. He went to a Crate Dragon. This game's just awesome. And here's some characters here currently leveling up probably and stuff like that. We got a guy who's already a master weaponsmith. He's out here doing his yelling, advertising his business, which is awesome. Now I don't have a swoop, which is a speeder rather, to move quickly. So it's gonna kind of suck. Eventually I'll have to buy one, but we're just gonna go ahead and run. It's fine. You know, it's not a big deal. Maybe I'll edit the running. But we wanna go definitely go to a Peko Peko lair. Peko Pekos are pretty good right now because they're dropping this specific resource. Like I said, any other Minecraft guys, there are resources in this game. Peko Pekos are dropping this resource right now called the Nabooing, because it's a Naboo. Woolly, because the Peko Peko drops has wool. Hide. So the woolly hide currently from a Peko Peko is probably some of the best woolly hide I've ever seen. And I played the game from beta to launch till about 2004, which is right before they did a combat upgrade. Sony just ruined the game. Any of you guys watching this, you know, SWG vets, you guys know what I'm talking about. Sony completely ruined this damn game. Damn guys. Oh man, southeast. I don't want to go southeast. You know what's fine. We'll just run a little bit. Now the game's a little old, like I said, so the graphics aren't the greatest. Look at this guy. Awesome. He's got some armor on. Now there is a bug in this game that exists in the live version where if you only wear a helmet, a chest, gloves, and boots, it'll give you the full armor protection. Now, when you wear armor, just so you understand, oh boy, when you wear armor, it reduces your strength and constitution because it's those are the requirements of armor. It reduces these stats, and if you don't have enough, like I only have 350 here and 300 on focus, if you don't have enough based on your armor. If your armor requires more than these, then you can't wear it. And now, this is called your HAM, your health, action, and mind. Okay? So if I don't think I adjusted my. Oh man, I didn't do any of these adjustments. I should have done that. I think I'm gonna need a. Actually, I think I'm gonna need a master image designer. Yeah, master image designer, which can do that for me. Now I like to reduce all of these personally and get my mind up as much as possible. Now, health is important, so I'm just gonna bring this up to 1050 because you want to have a good amount of health, but so is action. So I don't even know if that's gonna do anything. I think we're gonna need a master image designer. That's a person that can completely change your image based on the character creation, as well as change your stats like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put that here so I can see that. Now we're gonna go ahead and run to where we're going. I might have to. Actually, you know what? No, it's good. It's a good time. Well, I'm going the wrong direction. Oh, I forgot. I need to get some basic skills here. I absolutely need to get Scout Trainer. So here's the map. Let's look at the global map. I need a trainer. This game is just so awesome. So let's find a Scout Trainer here, and let's zoom in. There's one right here. We're going to create a waypoint there. Let's rename this. Oh well, never mind. It's already named properly for me. So we need a Scout Trainer. We should definitely get a Medic Trainer, which is right here as well. And I mean, that's it. So I can use some basic Scout Trainer. So I'll get Medic when we come back because it's not that important. So let's go ahead and train some. Now the reason why I want Scout again is because I want to gather the resources from the animals I kill. Let's get Novice Scout. It costs 100 credits. Yeah, we're good to go. Alright. Now, I think the macro. Oh, they're not going to save. So I had made a few macros. So macros are just ways to, you should know what a macro is. It's just an easy way to do something by typing out a command. Now, I used to be a master macro maker. We're just going to call this harvest hide because it's really all I wanted for. So UI action clear. Now capital letters for the syntax is important. And then we're just going to harvest hide. Now all this is going to do is going to stop the automatic attacks I'm going to have. And clear the combat queue and then go ahead and harvest it right away because I want that. So we're going to put that on slot number 2. Now this is unarmed lunge. Is that the only, let's make sure that's the only attack I have. And I do have Intimidate and Warcry. Intimidate reduces damage by half if it succeeds, and Warcry actually stops them from attacking me as long as I don't attack back. It's like it pauses their aggro on me for like 10 seconds, I believe. And then there's Taunt, of course. Everyone knows what a Taunt is in Peace. But I think this is the only unarmed attack I have right now. So let's make another macro because I want to sit there and smashing buttons. Little hand with like a weird vibrator looking thing. So weird icons all the time. This is probably the hardest part of macros. There it is. Good. So that's a hardest part of macros is making them. Is finding the icon. Unarmed lunge. We're just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do clear combat queue is a great syntax to have before everything. And I think this is the actual command, right? Unarmed lunge. Okay. Unarmed lunge 1. Alright, good. And then we're just going to go ahead. We're just going to go ahead, pause it 1 second, and then macro to loop itself. Because that's all we want. We want to loop it. Right? Because I don't want to have to sit there and keep pressing that button. That's ridiculous. Now this is why macros are amazing in this game, because at the end of the day, I used to have a macro that used to change my entire suit of armor. Okay? I should have really been running while doing this because I have auto run set. I'm a dope. So I apologize. So I used to have a macro where I used to change my entire set of armor. Then You guys are going to see why scouts are important too, because when you're running up hills, you can't move. You have to get something called terrain negotiation, where you're allowed to run faster. But if I had a speeder, this would be quicker. But currently, don't have an extra speeder, so we'll have to deal. But so what happens is awesome. The swimming animation, cool stuff. So what happens? We're just going to do this for a while. I don't remember. Oh, so the macro, you said you just changed my entire suit of armor. Let's say I was fighting enemies that did a specific type of damage. Let's say they did electrical damage. I used to just change the entire suit of armor to that. And then I used to be able to change it right back. You know, it's just awesome stuff to help you automate things. And of course, you use a lot of your, you can see up top here in the middle. I wish you guys could see my finger, but you can't. You can see that you can just move from tabs based on the attacks you have. And so of course, since we're newbies, look how slow I run. It doesn't really matter here. So if anyone's never seen Star Wars Galaxies, I'm hoping you enjoy this because it's tremendous. Look at that, that's a custom camp over there to our left, right over here. And let me just take off mouse look a little bit. Let me zoom out. So custom camp over here, there's a player who is they're probably going to become a ranger or maybe a creature handler, which is based off a scout. They have to do, actually they're probably rangers, right? Or no, it looks like they're going up the survival tree, maybe the squad leader or just master scout. It's good. You know, scouting gives you terrain negotiation, burst run, that's that skill burst run where you can run quickly for I think 10 seconds and then 20 seconds when you increase it there. Traps, you can make some traps, and all these things actually kind of phased out at the high end, because in PvP they usually failed a lot and they were hard unless you went to a ranger level, which you get some insane negotiation. You can make camo kits, you know, to make yourself concealed to enemies in specific planets. You could actually track a player you could track players in an area or an animal specifically if you're hunting them. I mean, it was just insane. The traps here would be a lot, you know, better quality. Sonic pulse, which is let's see, small bomb activated by impact. When triggered, it emits an extremely powerful pulse of sonic energy. This has the result of stunning and dizzying any creatures caught within its effective radius. So see, a flash bomb, cool. Small bomb that emits a bright flash on impact. So clearly I haven't played this game since 2004, I think. And now this is in beta, and it's completely free. It's awesome. Highly recommend you check it out. www.SWGEMU, which stands for emulator.com. So SWGEMU.com. Highly recommend that. Now you could be a politician, that's right, because you can start a city. There's only a certain amount of cities you can have. We're almost there to our Peko Pekos. You can see them already. It's a pretty cool way. Entertainers are awesome. You have image designers, you have a musician, you have a dancer, and of course you need this line to go to either dancer or musician. And entertainers give you buffs as well if you watch them. If you're in their group and you watch them for a certain amount of time, they'll give you buffs specifically to your additional buffs on top of doctor buffs, actually, to your secondaries, which I mentioned. Your secondaries are these: strength, constitution, quickness, stamina, focus, and willpower. Now I go zabric specifically because of the fact that they have extremely high willpower, because when you are eventually in full suit of armor and you're constantly receiving doctor buffs, these things really aren't important, but this is super important. That's why I really like zabrics personally. And they used to come with an innate ability. Actually, you know what? Center of Being is good to have. Command will cause your character to focus on avoiding combat blows, so that's good. Because I'm going to take a beat in here right now. Equilibrium. Here we go. Equilibrium equalizes all three to the same value. Yes, Equilibrium was crazy, OP, overpowered for zabrics. It was the best. Oh man, now even the attribute buff, that's pretty cool. You know what's crazy? I don't even have any of the other languages other than zabric right now. I'm gonna have to teach myself those. It's cool. You can actually speak in a certain language if they don't know how to speak that language, even though everyone eventually will. But if they don't, Alright, let's start some combat here. Let's go. Oh look, he already intimidated me, so I'm doing a little bit less damage. There we go. This Peko Peko's going down though. How much health does he have? 439. So the reason why I like this setup here is gives me a great line of sight into how much health they have, easy to see. Here's our combat queue, as I mentioned to you before. Move this over slightly. These are where your buffs would be right now, which I don't have any. So now I just killed this guy, and like I said, this is an MMORPG, so there's a lot of AFK, attacking essentially, but it's cool. So these guys, as you can see, they're yellow, so that means that they're yellow. That means that they're not aggro. I'm barely hitting this guy. Why? Come on. Kill this guy. Well, I'm intimidated, so I'm not doing so much damage, actually. Maybe I should intimidate him as well. Maybe let's move that over here. There we go. Alright, well, I'm actually going to have to do an intimidate macro as well. So as soon as I hit intimidate, it clears the queue, it intimidates. Probably be a good idea. But yeah, this is going to take a while because, see, I'm hitting him in health, action, and mind. With my other character, I'm a pistolier, and I have a skill called Body Shot where I can just attack the body and go right after the health part. So this is why it's taking a little bit longer. As you can see, no grammar data. This is this is broken, still hasn't been coded in by it. But Peko Peko attacks me, and I'm using Raiden Bantha or Unarmed Lounge 1. Let's go ahead and pick up some Naboo. Now here's a resource, like I mentioned to you, Woolly Hide. Let's make that visible to us here, and there's my character. So Naboo Woolly Hide, the stat here, overall quality 999.7 over 1,000. That's freaking outstanding. And shock resistance 600 is very high for a hide, for a woolly hide. Now woolly hides used in armor, so this is where I'm going to be able to make money by selling this specific hide, or maybe even keeping it if I decide to go armorsmith and make some good quality armor. Now it's all about the quality of the resources. I mean, there's tons of resources. Every world will have its own resources, its specific resources. Sometimes worlds might share the resource, but generally, you have to go and find them. And there's some harvesters right here, as you can see. Maybe I'll show them to you as well. And there's some houses here at B's shop number 2, crafting stations inside. There's a house. This is a Naboo small house, I believe. And over in the distance, you'll see a large house, or maybe a medium-sized house. These are wind generators, just to give you an idea. Now the error is gonna keep coming up, but this is a wind generator here. Just examine it. This is just gathering wind as a power source, because you have to power these harvesters. Now this is a bigger mineral harvester, so you can get things like steel, iron, copper, aluminum, different types of gemstones and ores, which are all used in different professions, different crafting professions. Like architect might, for furniture, a cafe table, a data terminal, you could build city halls, gardens for decorative purposes, armors, bookcases, and there's many varieties, different deeds here, large houses, harvesters. Oh man, this game is just so massive in regards to what you can do. It's definitely nothing against World of Warcraft, but at the end of the day, World of Warcraft is pretty limited in its, yeah, you can make a lot of, you can do a lot of customization when it comes to the, what is it? Not the skills. The skills are the same for every for each class. Everyone gets the same skills at the different levels. I forget what it's called. Talents, maybe. So you can customize talents. But at the end of the day, there's a cookie cutter template to that, right? In Star Wars Galaxies, even though there will be cookie cutter templates, like for a long time, a really overpowered PvP. Really overpowered PvP was a fencer, a master fencer, master brawler, master pistolier. Was like a super PvP class, because at the time you could stack defenses. So let's go into Fencer, right? So Master Fencer gets something called Dodge and Melee Defense. Now, if you went ahead and went, let me make sure I'm not getting beat up too bad here. Alright, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm under attack right now by the other guy because I attacked his little home here, so therefore I can't actually harvest this guy, and it disappears. Like I said, the server, you know, is not a professional server, you know, and it costs money to run them. So what they do is they make these corpses disappear a lot quicker than they should, really. So I gotta make sure I kill this guy fast enough before this corpse disappears, because I'm only getting 3 woolly hide per harvest right now since I'm a newbie, and these are just skinny or scrawny mobs, which reduces the amount you receive. So, so if I go brawler, I'm already halfway there. I'm gonna get unarmed hit 1. That's cool. So if I go master brawler, which also I believe gives me some more melee defense, which is defense against melee attacks, of course. So if I go there, I thought it gave me more. Does it give me more dodge? I don't think there's any more dodge actually. So anyway, so I actually need Master Brawler than for the. It would be a good idea though. So you get Master Brawler, Master Fencer. You have tons of dodge, and then you go Pistolier and you combo it, and you're getting dodge as well. So you can have something like 150 dodge, even though it technically caps out, I think, at 125. There's just no other way to get 125. Oh, I gotta peace out here. Okay. Peace out. Receive 3 units of woolly hide and 34 points of scouting experience. Is there another one? Double corpses? Yeah, I think the other guy, I lost it here. Yeah, I lost it. Alright. Let's go hit this cave. Let's go hit their home. What happened to my macro here? Wait, what's going on? Oh, here we go. I think I'm gonna have to create a way to stop macros, so let me make that quick. We're just gonna call this the dump macro. All that does is just it does the command dump. That's right. Clear combat capital Q. Dump. And all that does is just stops all macros. Easy enough. Let's dump the macro. And let's just add 1 guy there. Let's pause that fight in here. And let's attack this guy again. Let's pause, wait for another spawn to happen. It's just the way it goes. There we go. So now we got Peko Peko to go kill. Oh, and let's... I don't want to forget what I was talking about. Alright, good. So, Master Brawler, Master Pistolier, and Master Fencer gave you ultimate attacks, and you would of course play as a fencer predominantly, and the reason why was a master fencer gets a weapon, or a novice fencer gets a weapon that you can use, or that only they can use, called a stun baton that did stun damage, which was the only type of damage that would be able to, that was the only damage that the top armor in the game, called composite armor, think of it, you know, if you're a Minecraft player, composite armor is like your diamond armor. It's just awesome. But imagine if diamond armor was susceptible to, you know, a specific, you know, to lightning damage, and you could enchant, you know, weapons to lightning damage, essentially. Think of it that way. So, it would just do a lot of damage because composite armor are only maxed out at 40% protection compared to the 80 or even 90% protection you can get on everything else, which is kinetic, energy, electricity, you know, I think there were a few more. Cold, I think, was another one, etc. So that's why that was a huge, you know, flavor of the month, we used to call. I'm sure everyone's heard that term. So just a flavor of the month, like a specific weapon or, you know, rifle or something in the game you might choose to be playing right now. So I'm just going Teras Kasi Master, I think, and then I'm not sure what I'm gonna combo. Maybe I'll go straight brawler. Oh no, my game just crashed.